money, and she like really appreciated me. She would take me to get tested for AIDS and all of that so I could do the shoots. Now, you haven't seen her in a long time, right?
Correct.
How long?
It's been 4 months.
4 months, because you've been living with your
My dad.
Now, you say that she's been suffering from anorexia and bulimia since she was 12.
Mm-hmm.
And this just came out of the blue?
Yes, I mean, I will say, Dr. Phil, that I have struggled with weight my whole life, and Kylie has witnessed that. But by around age 12, she was hanging out with a young lady that was naturally tall and thin. My daughter was a little chubby. She went away to stay with her father for one summer, came back and was 15 pounds lighter, received a great deal of attention as a result, and it just sort of snowballed from there. She started starving herself, and then within 2 years after that, after restricting herself so severely, I think that she turned to bulimia because she was tired of the pain that the anorexia had caused.
What are you willing to do here today to create a change?
Absolutely anything.
Okay, hold that thought for just a second. What are you willing to do here to create a change?
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get my life moving forward, because I do believe that my mom is the reason. I don't blame anyone, but I'm just ready to.
You really want to change?
I want to change, but
okay.
I want to do so without my parents.
All right. You want to live on your own. You want to stand on your own.
I want control of my own life for once.
And how old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay, because let me tell you something. You know, you just said, I'm willing to do absolutely anything. I'm not sure that's even almost true, but I really want to know, are you willing to be brutally honest with yourself and with me?
Yes, most
Are you willing for
definitely.
me to be brutally honest with you?
I would welcome it.
I don't believe that you're willing to accept your flaws.
You think she's in denial?
I think you've always been in denial.
You think she lies to herself?
Yes.
How about you? You willing to be honest?
Absolutely.
You willing to hear the truth?
Yes.
Deal with the truth?
Absolutely.
Even with yourself?
Yes.
Okay, because you're 19 and you're saying, I want to be independent of my parents. Well, if that were true, then you would be, because you're 19. They can't make you do anything.
They think they can.
No, it isn't about what they think. It's about what you think. If you really want to be independent, you could be. And the fact that you aren't tells me you don't really want to be, or you wouldn't be living with Daddy, who we're going to talk to here in a little while.
My mom, I was shipped off there. I didn't have a choice.
Okay. You know, you're old enough to do what you want to do. Let's see what both of you have to say about your obsession with staying thin, because there can't be two truths. There's just one version of the truth.
Kylie was 12 years old and came to me one day and was crying profusely. And I mean, she was in agony. She was so full. And I told her how to relieve herself.
And she just was like, just stick your fingers down your throat, just shove your fingers down your throat.
I personally have battled with weight my whole life. I have been on every fad diet out there, complete yo-yo dieter.
She's like queen of the eating disorders.
I never told Kylie that I had ever tried binging and purging, and she's never, of course, seen me do it.
We would go together not eating for like a day or whatever. My mom shouldn't have taught me how to throw up. She shouldn't have done that.
We talk to her a lot. We talk to you a lot. And what you say is she just developed an eating disorder. What she says is, my mother has an eating disorder. My mother taught me how to purge. Now, before you say no, and before you say yes, this is not a matter of opinion. This is an event. It either happened or it didn't.
Dr. Phil, I'll tell you exactly what happened. Again, I've struggled with weight my whole life. My goal
This is
was
non-responsive to the question. Did you teach your daughter to purge?
I did not teach her to purge.
Did you teach her to stick her fingers down her throat and cause herself to gag and vomit?
I did not teach her to do that. She came to me, like I said, and was in pain. And as a mother that seriously responds to my daughter's needs, I mean, I literally would do anything for her.
I used to hear you throwing up in the bathroom all the time.
Kylie, I never did it in front of you. I've done it. I did it in high school several times with a best friend that had bulimia.
You did it.
And then I have done it through my adult life on occasion, but it's never something I do on a regular basis. I assure you of that.
You know, I always heard you.
Did you model bulimic behavior for her?
I wasn't aware that she was aware, but if she's saying that she heard, then I honestly was not aware of that, Dr. Phil, I assure you. I did not know that she knew that.
Are you like a quiet vomiter?
No,
seriously, I'm not trying to be comical.
No, it was in the back of the house.
And she came to you and said, I feel full, and you said?
She was screaming. She was hysterical. She told me to take her to the emergency room. Was freaking out.
I said, I'm not going to school tomorrow.
You were desperate.
I was
And
like, I'm
so
not going
you
to school.
said-
I said, the only way that you will feel better immediately is if you stick your finger down your throat. By this time, she had already come to me and told me that she was sick and tired of starving herself and that she needed food and that she'd already gone online and looked into how to stay thin. She had friends at school that were purging and that she was going to do that.
I
anyway,
never said that.
You told me after that fact, Kylie, because I told you if I tell you how to make yourself feel better right now, I said, I don't want you to ever do it again. I said, this isn't healthy,
Oh my God,
Kylie.
so you did do it.
Pardon?
You did tell her how.
I did tell her to stick her finger down her throat that day that she came to me freaking out. Yes, I did. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't, but I did not teach my daughter.
But you already did sit here and say you didn't.
Well, I know, but I didn't deliberately set out to teach my daughter that habit, Dr. Phil. I didn't. She came to me in pain and agony, and I wanted to help my daughter out. That's where I was coming from.
Listen, we're really going to get to some truth here, or we're going to all go home.
I understand.
Okay? Really, because I'm not going to waste
I'm
your
not
time or
lying.
mine.
I feel
Okay,
like I'm
next,
being-
Kylie says her dream was to be a model, but her career in front of the lens has taken what I believe is beyond a dark and dangerous turn. Find out how when we come back.
I dress like I do because I like attention. I like showing off my hip bones because I feel like that's like, I just want to be noticed. I haven't seen my mom in a couple of months and now I'm scared to see her. Today, I knew we were going to come here, so when we were about to leave the house, I just started chugging some vodka. I just like saw the vodka and I was like, I need it.
Paula says that her daughter has been on a road of self-destruction for the last 7 years. Now her once promising modeling career has turned into every mother's worst nightmare.
My first shoot, I smuggled a scope bottle of vodka. First thing I did was go in the bathroom and chug that. I just wanted instant gratification and I needed money. My mom loved me when I did. After my first shoot, I called my mom and she doesn't ask how I am. She just asks, well, did they pay you? Did they pay you? She just wanted to make sure that I was paid.
She was approached by this gentleman that encouraged her to try. She said, Mom, what do you think of this? I said, are you kidding me? That would be the biggest mistake you could make. There would go your opportunity of any shot at modeling, not to mention the fact that you would be putting yourself at a huge risk health-wise.
Not only has my mom helped me get into porn, she didn't try to stop me.
I have never condoned her wanting to do. I begged, I pleaded, I did everything under the sun to try and deter that.
My mom would take me to get tested for so I could do shoots.
I almost caved in to actually driving my daughter to a shoot because I was convinced that this kid would not give it up.
She ended up driving me to a couple of shoots. I think she puts her needs before mine. My first around $3,000. When I started making that money, that was the first time that I felt appreciated by my mom. It was such a good feeling. I didn't want it to end.
I'm horrified, absolutely horrified.
Me too. I'm horrified by the whole situation.
That is an absolute lie, and you know it, Kylie Nicole. Once you were approached, you came to me.
I
and
no, I
Kylie,
never told
let
you
me
it was
finish. I'm speaking, please. You came to me and you said, Mom, there's this guy online, and he wants me to do. What do you
I said
think?
nude modeling, Mom. I never told
You-
I did
you
not
said-
know. I never said that.
She was in the custom of going on photo shoots, Dr. Phil. She would go and do it. She came back one day, and she was an absolute mess. She broke down and admitted to me that she had gone ahead and done it, and that was the worst day of my life. I was absolutely devastated.
I never talked to you before that, and I never said.
Kylie, how can you sit there and say that? How can you lie like this?
Well, let's go over just exactly what she has said. Because, look, let me tell you why I agreed to do this is because I truly believe that this girl's life is at a crossroads. This is either going to go tragically bad, and she's going to go down this road of pornography and self-debasement, or somebody is going to step up here and own this situation, and this is going to get turned around. Here's what she said. My mom loved me when I did. When I started bringing home checks, my mom was so nice to me, like the nicest she has ever been to me, ever. She's never been that nice to me, and I don't know, it felt good, like she appreciated me for once. Not only has my mom helped me get into, she didn't really try to stop me. And then when I started bringing that kind of money, I hated how much she just changed her attitude towards me completely. And she really appreciated me. She would take me to get tested for and all of that so I could do the shoots. Now, a lot of that is opinion, but there is a fact in there. Did you take her to get tested for so she could have the paperwork to present to the shoots so she would be qualified to do them?
Dr. Phil?
That's a yes or no question.
I took her.
That's a yes or no. It's not an essay question. Answer it, and then you can explain.
I took her to one.
No, you took me to a go-see, too.
That was Kylie. Okay, can we please
Is that a
back
yes?
up?
And then you can explain.
I did take her. I did. But listen, I need a moment to please back up for just a second, all right? Kylie's anorexia and bulimia became so bad that she couldn't even finish high school. She couldn't hold down a job.
We're not talking about that. I am asking you if you took your dog. Of course I am.
Well,
that's the topic for the moment. You're like trying to sack fog, lady. I'm asking you questions. Did you or did you not drive your daughter to get tested so she would qualify for shoots?
Not so she would qualify, so that she could be tested to make sure that she hadn't already contracted something, Dr. Phil.
No, you knew what it was for.
Kylie.
She said, this is her quote. I'm just asking you so you can refute this. You should want me asking these questions
do.
because they're out there. She just wanted to know, let me read it in its entirety. It wasn't ever for my health. She wasn't concerned. She never asked questions about what the results were. She just wanted to know when my next shoot was and when I was going to get paid.
That is absolutely not true.
You took me to that because you knew that that's what they needed for me to do more shoots.
Kylie Nicole, would you own up to one thing, please, right here and now? And that's that you told me point blank, countless times, that this was what you were going to do, and I couldn't do anything to stop you because you were 18 years old, and this is what you wanted. You didn't. You know
because I wasn't making enough money. You were going to kick me out. What was I supposed to do?
I was trying to motivate you to get a real job. How many times did I sit down and say to you, Kylie, you are better than this. This is not right.
I've had real jobs, but it never was enough to cover.
She did tell me that you said that she should get a legitimate and real job. She did admit that.
I did have jobs.
To that. And then she also said that she didn't feel that she was worth anything other than being in.
The fact that she was even considering this was so absolutely mind-blowing to me. It was.
Do you have any ownership in her making the choice to be in?
God, no.
Do you go along with it?
Absolutely not. I fought her tooth and nail, and she wore me down. My daughter has a tremendous way of being able to manipulate.
She says you helped her spend the money.
Oh, my God, that is so not true.
She said you asked her, how much did you make on this? How much are you going to make on that you focused on the money?
You're making it sound like I sent my daughter out there to do this.
That's what she feels like. That's what she said.
Kylie, I can't understand how you would have felt that way. I mean, please, be honest, Kylie. Okay, let's stop and talk about the fact that,
let's just stop.
Yes,
Y'all take a deep breath. I have to take a break. Kylie admits her life is a mess, but says her mother, who has an eating disorder and drinks until she blacks out, is not the role model that she needs. We'll talk about that when we come back.
This mom has just admitted to taking her daughter, and I don't even know how old the girl was when she was doing this, but taking her to get tested and driving her to a shoot for adult entertainment. I feel like as a mother, something's wrong with that, right? I couldn't imagine taking my future daughter to do something like that. I would want more for her and for her future. I also don't believe this mom. She refuses to give a straight answer to anything. Dr. Phil is asking her very direct questions. These are yes or no questions, and she can't answer them. Why?
My mom makes careless decisions. She's kind of crazy. She's had a threesome. She's made moves on my boyfriends. She gets drunk and like everything goes out the window. All her morals, everything.
Well, that was 19-year-old Kylie talking about her mother hitting on her boyfriends. Now, Kylie also claims that her mother has had a threesome, drinks until she blacks out, and turns into a monster that gets physically violent when she gets drunk.
My mom is an alcoholic. She's the meanest drunk I know. When my mom would drink too much, she would get physically abusive. My mom has slapped me across the face, thrown me against walls. She'll just start talking so much about me, like my daughter's just a little. She tells me she wishes I was dead. And then when I'd wake up in the morning and I'd show her bruises and she doesn't remember what she did. My mom has been stealing my Adderall. She cuts my prescription in half and take half of it and give me the other half. Like, I'm prescribed it. She takes it recreationally and she's not even prescribed it. She's my best friend, but she's also my worst enemy. I've always wanted her to be proud of me. Like, I crave it. If I could just have her approval, then that's all I want.
It's beyond a mess.
So, are you an alcoholic?
No, I'm not an alcoholic.
She says you're
I
oftentimes.
have abused alcohol.
She says you're oftentimes drunk by 8 in the morning.
That's not true.
She
Every
says,
day this past summer. Are you kidding?
Kylie, I just mentioned previously.
You're in
that
denial.
I'm not denying anything. I'm here to own up to exactly what happened. And you're right. this past summer, after years of what I've been through with you and after the came to light, I did go to a very, very dark place.
I don't want to listen to all of this. I want to know, are you an alcoholic? You say, no, but I abuse alcohol. Okay, let's call it that. Are you an alcohol abuser?
I have abused it in the
Okay,
past, yes.
I'll play that semantics game with you. So
I'm
you're an
not
abuser of
playing a
alcohol.
game.
Okay, do you take her Adderall prescription?
No, I do not take her Adderall
Okay, so she just made that up. So she's
No,
just lying to
you-
me. So I'm just wasting my time here because I'm getting false
Mom,
information.
just own up to it.
Okay, wait a minute. Somebody's lying to me here. And let me tell you, now listen to me. Y'all listen to me. Pay attention. Don't be looking at your mother and rolling your eyes. Don't be looking at her and rolling your eyes. Look at me and listen to me. We get tens of thousands of letters of people who are sincerely, desperately wanting and needing help. Don't you dare come in here and waste my damn time with Do you hear what I'm saying? You tell me the truth. You tell me the truth or you go home. It's just that simple. Don't come in here and lie to me.
I'm not lying to you, Dr.
Now,
Phil.
do you or do you not take her Adderall prescription? That's a yes or no question. That's not an essay.
I have my own prescription. Why would I
That
need
is
to
not
take hers?
an essay question. It is a yes or no question.
I do not take her medication, Dr. Phil. I promise you that.
Somebody here's lying.
Do you want to call the doctor, Mom? Because I prescribed it and you are not.
Kylie.
Are you lying to me?
No.
Somebody's lying.
I'm not.
Do you think you have any contribution into the choices she's making in her life and the circumstances she is in now?
I'm sure I do, yes.
Do you get drunk and become violent with her?
I have. She's also done the same with me.
Not
She's come at
asking
me
about
with
her.
knives and
No,
Not asking
never.
about
in Arizona, Kylie, please.
I was cutting myself. I've never come out you with a knife. I came out.
You threatened to me, Kylie.
Are you kidding me? You're such a liar.
I am not a liar, and you know it. I believe that you want to be on your own and you want to be independent, but you can't even hold down a job. I don't see how you can take care of yourself. That's why I desperately wanted you to go live with your dad, because I knew that you and I needed a break. And
Well, speaking of Dad, Dad is here. We're going to find out where he is in all of this. Is Kylie better off at his house? I have concerns about that situation as well. Is there anywhere for this young lady to turn? Is there a soft place for her to fall, or is she better off on her own? We're going to add him to the conversation when we come back. We're trying to get to the bottom of two very different sides to the same story. 4 months ago, Paula kicked Kylie out of the house. She sent her to her father's house. Is he helping or is he contributing to the problems? Let's take a look.
Now that I live with my dad buys me alcohol.
Kylie steals liquor from my liquor cabinet.
My mom would provide alcohol for me, and he was like, this is not normal. My mom convinced him it was okay.
That was something that was sort of a norm at their house. I ended up deciding I would go ahead and bend that rule.
I'll just drink a bottle to myself and just black out every night. My dad and I smoke pot every night.
Kylie and I don't smoke pot, and we don't drink together.
My dad keeps his flower vase. He lights the for me sometimes because I'm not very good at it. My dad's a straight up stoner.
Dr. Phil, I'm just
How do you feel about
shocked.
where your daughter is at this point, and what do you hope for her in the future?
I was shocked and disappointed with where she's at, surprised by how naive and the choices she's made. I just want her to have a healthy, happy, normal life.
And where is your stand on her being involved in?
I was shocked to find it out, and then I was even more shocked to find out it didn't just happen once.
I'm never doing it again.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah. Why not?
I never wanted that.
Then why did you do it?
Because
you were
gonna
desperate.
kick me out because I didn't
Kylie,
have money.
quit blaming the fact that I was kicking you out on anything. You know for a fact that the only reason I ever wanted you to move out is because we were at each other all the time. It was a very, very unhealthy, ugly
not true.
situation. But you know as well as I do that I never encouraged any of this behavior. I am not responsible for the choices you have made, and you are not going to pin them on me, young lady.
I'm not pinning them, but when are you
gonna
gonna own
stand
up?
You are the one that needs to own up.
How much do you drink?
I don't know.
Are you drunk when you do shoots?
Yeah, of course. I don't.
How often do you smoke?
I never wanted to do. I hate it. I never wanted that.
How often do you smoke?
I just started smoking when I got to my dad's. Like, I
That's
smoked
not
with
true.
guy friends sometimes, but I bought once on my own, but that's
You started smoking when you were 14,
15.
15?
But not on a regular basis, just when I was with friends and they would offer it to me.
Do you smoke regular now?
At my dad's, yeah, but I mean, I've only bought once on my own.
Do you smoke with her?
I have.
Think that's a good idea?
No, I do not.
Why do you do that?
Well, I found her stealing it, and at least I know when she's doing it.
Train wreck. To say the least, I know.
Because you know, what it amounts to here is, if I was going to make a list of bad choices for a young lady to make, you could just get the choices that she's making, and that would give you a pretty complete list. But, you know, this isn't a Kylie problem. This is a family problem.
I agree.
This doesn't occur in a vacuum here. You know, when it's taken as a whole, and you look at all of the different choices that the two of you have made, I kind of ask myself not why she's made a lot of bad choices, but really, why not? I mean, what the hell?
Notice that the mom, she's berating her for doing, but she seems to only be berating her for it right now for the sole purpose of clearing her own name as being partially responsible for her doing the. So you see that Kylie is breaking down crying, saying, I don't want to do it anymore. I'll never do it again. She's having an emotional moment here and seems to be vulnerable about some trauma that she experienced by doing. And instead of her mom having some empathy and compassion for that and the fact that her daughter has traumatized herself, she's chastising her and berating her just to clear her own name, when actually she's the one who drove her to the shoots and got her tested. Make it make sense.
You know, you are making some bad choices here, but, you know, the fact is, you're very young, and that means it's real early on for you. So this early in the game, you've got a chance to really redirect some things and take a different course and really make some different choices in your life. But you need some serious help to get that done. So we're going to take a break, and I'm going to talk about the best thing Kylie's parents can do for their daughter when we come back. We'll be right back.
I want to keep my mom at a safe distance because if I let her too close to me, she will just hurt me. I feel like is my only option. I would honestly rather live on the streets and do rather than live with either one of my parents.
Kylie says she'd be better off living on the streets than with either of her parents. Kylie says she's living with her dad. Her dad suffers from OCD, according to his daughter. She says it's terrifying. She's actually dropped weight since moving in with him. Take a look at this element.
My dad has the most severe OCD on the face of the earth. He has extreme rituals and routines. I can't go in the kitchen, I can't touch anything, and if you spill something, you idiot, he freaks out. And whenever I'm hungry, he's like, why? So you can just go throw it up and waste more money?
Kylie has continued to be a bulimic during the time she's lived with me. She binges and purges probably 2 to 3 times a day.
If I go downstairs and eat in the middle of the night, he wakes me up at 5 and makes me clean everything.
I'll wake up, in the morning, and there'll be a mess on the kitchen table and a mess in the sink.
Since living with my dad, I've lost quite a bit of weight because I'm honestly terrified to go in his kitchen.
Since she's moved in with her father, I'm concerned because she's lost 15 pounds.
I believe that it's possible that Paula's issues with food have rubbed off on Kylie.
I just don't feel that she's getting any better. If anything, she's getting worse.
You have issues with OCD?
I'm pretty tidy.
That'd be a yes?
Yes.
Yeah, this nothing to be ashamed of, but it is something to acknowledge and deal with. And you think it's very definitely an issue with him, right?
Yeah.
You feel like, I've said many times that you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And you feel like your mother's not coming clean here, that she's not being honest, right?
Yeah.
What do you think that she's not being forthcoming about?
I just feel like you are trying to say that, like, I wanted to do porn, and that's never how it was.
I don't think you ever wanted to do it. I don't think that you felt you were
You don't
worthy of anything
understand how
else.
much it hurt me, but, like, you were
Kylie,
so...
I do. You came to me and cried about it, and you told me that you felt horrible. And
Can I interrupt you guys? Have you ever noticed that you never listen? You never listen that whenever she starts talking, you start talking? You never listen because you want to get your message out there. So as a result, you never hear what she has to say. And she's learned well because she doesn't listen to you either. Let me tell you what you haven't heard her say.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not because perception is reality. And what she has told you, no matter how much you think it's not true, she has at least convinced herself that she felt trapped, that she didn't feel worthy of doing anything but that, and that she felt like the only time that you ever really showed her any positive regard. No, don't start thinking about what you're going to say next.
I'm not.
Oh my God, will you? Okay, we're done here. I'm going to talk to her because you don't want to talk to me. Because you are a right fighter, lady. You want to be right. You don't want to be happy. You want to be right. What I'm telling you here is she is trying to convince you that she desperately, desperately wants your acceptance. She desperately wants your acceptance. She ventured into this. She probably thought at first that, hey, this was kind of exotic, and she'll say she didn't, but she probably thought, wow, this is kind of grown up and exciting, and they treat them like stars, and, you know, it's all glamour, and there's lights, and it's all of this, and it's almost like it's legitimate. But, boy, does it get slimy real fast.
It's disgusting.
And now she's kind of like trapped, and she just wants out. But she can't come back to you because you're so toxic she doesn't even know where to begin. You're like trying to hug a porcupine because it's all about judgment. And she, you know, with her dad, it's like, oh my God, you know, I don't know what to do with him. I'm smoking dope with him every night, and I can't go in the kitchen because he freaks out if the cup's not straight and the handle's a little off, and I don't know what to do there. I love him, but I don't know. I love her, but I don't. It's like she's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So she don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So you're a little trapped, right?
Yeah.
You got an eating disorder, and you're a slave to that. Now, I'm willing to help you with all of that if you want help with it.
Yes.
And if you do, it takes a serious commitment.
I'll do whatever it takes.
You've got what's called a multiple diagnosis situation. You've got an eating disorder, you've got addiction problems, you've got some things that have to happen all at one time here. And it's very complex. But you know what I think? I think two things. I think you're worth it, and I think you're capable of it.
Thank you.
There's a place that I would recommend you start this. And this is my gift to you.
Thank you.
There's a place on South Padre Island down in Texas called Origins Treatment Center. And it's a nationally recognized dual diagnosis. And this is what's important. It's dual diagnosis. It'll deal with addiction, and it'll deal with your eating disorder at the same time to help you get healthy there. Now, Ben Levinson is the founder, and he's the CEO, and Ben is on the phone right now. Ben, are you there?
Hi, Dr. Phil. We're looking forward to seeing Kylie.
I think if she will come down there and immerse herself in this program on both fronts, I think she's got a chance of getting some real traction in life. Ben, will you guys grab her and embrace her and put her in this program?
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. One of the hallmarks of dysfunctional codependent families is this utter inability to get past the blame game and start to take individual responsibility and work with the truth. Kylie needs integrated treatment, and to be successful, the entire family really, Dr. Phil, needs to be individually and then collectively in recovery. And we're here to work with them towards that goal.
Well, she wants to do that. I believe she is hungry for that. True? No pun intended on hungry. But we're going to do that. Ben, we're going to send her your way.
Kylie, we're looking forward to meeting you. We'll be here for you, and we'll walk this path with you.
Thank you.
Sound like a plan to you guys?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so in this story, we have a mom who wrote to the show because she says her daughter's out of control. She has an eating disorder and she has done porn. Well, it turns out the mom is the reason for all of this, right? The woman taught her daughter Kylie how to purge. She has transferred her relationship with food and her weight onto her daughter, which is not uncommon, right? As a parent, whatever your relationship is with that will affect your child's relationship with that. And then she flat out taught her how to do it and told her to go do it. Then she says, I don't know how she suddenly came up with this purging thing all by herself. You have her saying, I don't know why she chose to get into adult entertainment, but then you learn that she has driven her to the shoots, has taken her to get tested, and has spent her money that she's brought home from it. Of course, the girl says she would rather live on the streets than live with either of her parents, because look at what her parents are doing. Look at who these people are. Her mom has in the past gotten drunk and attacked her at night and then left bruises, and the next day had zero recollection of doing it. So the girl is being gaslit on a constant basis, experiencing emotional, psychological abuse. And then her father has such extreme OCD that he's being abusive and neglectful as well. He freaks out at her and screams at her if she goes into the kitchen and does something or whatever. He wakes her up at 5 a.m. So she is afraid to even go in the kitchen and eat. And I really empathize with her because I myself have been in positions where I was living in someone else's house and I lost weight. I lost like 5 pounds in a week because I was afraid to go into the kitchen while they were home. So I understand this feeling and it's real. And she's experiencing that with her father, so she can't be with him and she can't be with her mother. Look at what she is. Both of these parents are awful and toxic, and they all need help, but it seems like Kylie might be the main person who's actually ready for help. But what did you guys think about this episode? Do you think that Kylie's mother is really the catalyst for a lot of her behavior now? Do you think that her parents have negatively influenced her and have traumatized her to get to this point of doing these things in life? Do you think that her mom has any awareness or any desire to be honest with herself, or is she just living in a state of denial and delusion? What's up with the dad? He says, well, they were accustomed to drinking alcohol every night, so now I let her take a bottle to her room and black out. What does that mean? How does that even work? I don't get it. But y'all let me know what you thought about this, and if there's any hope for Kylie's treatment and future. Let me know. Drop it in the comments.